It's the middle of the week, but the back half of the month, Wednesday, 18th day of June, 2025. I am Dan Kuntz, your host for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 64 degrees here in the big city. Sunny and windy today, especially this afternoon. Red flag warning. Here we go again. We got one. It goes from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Nice day tomorrow for Juneteenth. It's going to be sunny and not real windy, and then everything changes on Thursday night. We're going to cool down to below normal on Friday. You may need a sweatshirt on Saturday. We're only going to get into the 60s. We need the rain, and we do have about a 50-50 chance of rain throughout the forecast period in the weekend, the first weekend of summer. We need the rain, but it's going to be pretty cool and pretty cloudy, even though there's lots of things going on. You got a Hydro Fest, you got stuff going on at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Yeah, I don't know, there's a gazillion things happening this weekend, no lack of stuff to do. And speaking of stuff to do, one of the biggest events, of course, is the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival, edition number 21. We went up to the fairgrounds yesterday in Cashmere, talked to our good buddy Chuck Egner. We'll have that conversation for you in the back half of the program, plus some snippets of some of the acts that will be coming to Cashmere this weekend. Great stuff from Chuck. And it's going to be a little cool and a little cloudy for those folks, too. I mean, Cashmere is only like 6 miles from Wenatchee, so they're going to get the same weather we have. News, yes, the latest on the search for Travis Decker, and arrangements are being made for the funeral services, the memorial service for the Decker girls, which will be held on Friday evening. We'll have that in news. Mariners won a game that counted. Apple Sox won a game that didn't count. We'll talk about that in sports. We have a lot to get to. We're 2 minutes into the show. Let's go. Let's go ahead and shift from second to third and do our cameras. Boy, that's a gorgeous shot. Is it me or is that looking really good today? That's a 4K PTZ camera, by the way. It means it costs us $4,000 to buy. I don't know what it means. I'm not into that stuff. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley on a beautiful, calm, benign Wednesday morning. But again, things are going to get a little breezy this afternoon. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Camera number 2. There we go. Hi, folks. The Billy Goat Mountain camera, our highest one of all the cameras, that's the one. That's about 7,000 feet in the air. So I'm told by the Sky-Fi guys who's been up on top of Billy Goat Mountain. That's up there. The other super high one is the Root Canyon camera. That's up there a ways too. Good morning to the Omak Okanagan area. Hello, Pateris. Hello, Brewster. Can't see a Bridgeport, but I'm saying hello to you anyway. And is it me or the foothills getting browner and browner with each passing day? Our third camera, I don't know, we transition. Hey, Canyon. Good morning to Cashmere. That'll be the place to be. It was really funny when I talked to Chuck in studio last week. I said, what's the economic impact that the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival has on the local economy? He goes, I don't know, but I do know that Martin's Marketplace always says their busiest weekend is the weekend of the Bluegrass Festival, so we'll just use that as a barometer. And camera number 4. There we go. Speaking of Root Canyon, there it is, the very top of Root Canyon. That's high above Peshastin, a very hairy drive. I went on that once with the Sky-Fi crew. I don't know why I did. I just did. It was 10 years ago, about this time of the year, 10 years ago. And I'm glad I don't have to take that drive on a regular basis. Hi, Leavenworth, way off in the distance is Leavenworth. Still some snow hanging on at the higher peaks. Looks like there's a few clouds hanging around the Cascade. Gusty winds, yeah, here we go again. It's been a windy summer. We're not too summer yet. It's been a windy spring. I think our average wind each day is about 11 miles an hour throughout the month of June. Well, we're doing it again. These are wind gusts, not sustained winds, but wind gusts for this Wednesday afternoon. The strongest winds are going to be between 5 to about 8. The red flag warning goes from 2 until late. So yes, obviously some elevated fire weather conditions and something that they have never done before, but they're going to roll this out. This is something new from the National Weather Service as far as red flag warnings are concerned. If it's really, really bad, they may on occasion post a particularly dangerous situation red flag warning, believe it or not. This is a new thing. They're going to call it a PDS, and they're going to start rolling it out this year. Hopefully we will never see one of these. So this would be like a red flag warning, really bad. Now we don't have one. It's not what's going on. We have just a basic red flag warning. But if it gets bad enough for our area starting this summer, the National Weather Service may, on occasion, introduce what they call particularly dangerous situation, red flag warnings. I don't want that at all. Luckily, that's not in the forecast. This is the forecast from the National Weather Service. Still under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's flat, and that allows the wind, and we will see some wind this afternoon. Sustained wind, not bad, about 10 miles an hour, and then starting about 2, the wind will be picking up, and it'll be very windy between about 5 and about 8 today, but pretty warm. High of 81 degrees. By the way, sunrise this morning, 5:03 for the last time. It'll be at 5:04 tomorrow. Sunset tonight, 9:01. 15 hours, 57 minutes, and 19 seconds of daylight. We got that exist. Not a lot of wind on Thursday. Nice day on Thursday. Then everything changes on Thursday night as a closed low from the Gulf of Alaska begins to work its way in. It's going to cool us down to only 72 on Friday with a little bit of breeze. And then we start talking rain. 40% chance of rain Friday night, 50% chance of rain on Saturday, 50% chance of rain on Saturday night, 30% chance of rain on Sunday. And then we go right back to sunshine and nice temperatures come Monday. All right. That's your forecast. We're going to take a 2-minute break and then have the news, because that's what we do next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Ah, the joys of sitting in traffic, burning gas, donating your paycheck to parking enforcement. Or you could join us this June for Ride Transit Month. On Link, you ride for free, anytime, anywhere. Plus, Link's electric buses run on clean, local hydropower. Thanks, Columbia River. So while you're saving some cash, you're also saving a planet. So hop on board Link for Ride Transit Month. Stress-free, wallet-friendly, eco-smart.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
A lot of sunshine, 64 degrees, a little windy this afternoon. Red flag warning kicks in at 2, is supposed to expire at 8. It's going to be very windy afternoon and evening. Pretty nice looking Thursday, and then clouds and maybe some rain and much cooler temperatures this weekend. It's 9 minutes after the hour while authorities continue to search for the suspected killer. The community is preparing now to remember the Decker sisters, Peyton, Olivia, and Evelyn Decker, the 3 Wenatchee sisters who were murdered a little over 2 weeks ago. In the aftermath, well-wishers built a makeshift shrine to the girls' memory in Memorial Park. The artwork, the toys, and other gifts are now being preserved by Brookside Funeral Home. They're going to be conducting the funeral arrangements for the sisters. More gifts are added to the display every day at Brookside, and director Jamin Moeller tells us if you still want to contribute a keepsake, you can go to their offices at 201 North Mission. They're going to continue to accept mementos through next week, and then they're going to turn them over to the Decker family. The children will be remembered in a public memorial service this Friday at 7 p.m. in the park at Rocky Reach Dam.
The family asked that we go over there and transport all of those items here to Brookside and then reestablish the memorial site. And the city had also taken boxes of items just for the safekeeping of those, because they were getting sprinklered, and in the heat it was helpful to have them sheltered. So now everything is here, and kept safely and sheltered.
Can you characterize the kind of gifts, the kind of mementos that have been left?
Very personal and very touching, and specific to each girl. Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia all have their own little niche, different items that mean something special to them. Those kind of things have been brought here by folks that knew them and folks that didn't. We've had people travel the state to come here to leave an item or two or three and then return home. Ferndale, the west side, folks have traveled, even though they don't know the family, but to support them through this. It is our intent to have this memorial site here through this week, with the service being on Friday, and then through the following week. And folks have come by the dozens daily to drop off items, and now we have the register book so they can come here and sign the registry. We have memorial decals that they're welcome to come and place on the back of their vehicle or on their Yeti or wherever they'd like to remember the girls, and so those are available here with the registry from the service. There's a shared grief, not just in this community, but really around the nation and around the globe. People realize the tragedy that happened in Wenatchee, of all places. And I have said frequently that death often brings out the best in people. Sometimes it can bring out the worst, but often it brings out the best. And people come just from their own shared experience of grief to leave a memorial item and feel like they're making a difference for Whitney and the family. People should know that it's appreciated and that they're welcome here 9 to 4, Monday through Friday, to bring items. We encourage folks to come and pay their respects and leave a tribute in honor of the girls.
In the meantime, law enforcement says the hunt for the accused child murderer, Travis Decker, continues in the backcountry of our area, particularly in areas of northern Kittitas County. The sheriff's office says people traveling or camping in areas adjacent to Blewett Pass, that includes Liberty, Red Bridge Road, and Tiana Way, they should be alert and report any suspicious people or circumstances. Air searchers have been conducted in the Squaw Creek drainage. Ground teams continue reconnaissance in the Enchantment Lakes area. In Chelan County, Decker has been the target of a major manhunt since the bodies of his 3 young daughters, Olivia, Evelyn, and Peyton, were found at a remote campsite west of Leavenworth on June 2nd. He's charged with 3 counts each of murder and kidnapping. The $20,000 reward is still out there. If you can have information leading to his arrest, if you think you've seen him or know where he may be, you're asked to call 911 immediately, or you can go to the U.S. Marshals website, usmarshals.gov/tips. Confluence Health has announced Jeanette Townsend as its new chief financial officer. The nonprofit says that Townsend brings in more than 25 years of experience in financial positions in the healthcare industry. In her position, Confluence says Townsend will continue the health services efforts to redesign primary care, increase and promote digital engagement, and expand access as a part of its mission. The CEO, Dr. Andrew Jones, says he looks forward to Townsend's collaborative approach in providing care to the residents of North Central Washington. Here's the latest on the Palmas fire. It's still growing. It's moving in towards the Palmas Creek area. The fire started on Friday. It's burned roughly 362 acres. On Sunday, 2 helicopters and 4 air tanker scoopers focused on limiting new growth along the Aniat River, and they also used a rocky avalanche chute to hold the fire from spreading further down the valley towards Myrtle Lake. And then on Monday, scoopers provided air resources, but firefighters say dead timber, west winds, and low relative humidity has been a constant challenge. While crews work on the fire, a number of trails and lake access is closed, including the Glacier Peak Wilderness, Ice Lakes, Myrtle Lake, Aniat River Trail, number 1400, Duncan Hill Trail, number 1434, Snow Brushy Trail, number 1230, and Garland Peak Trail, number 1408. There are, by the way, no current evacuations in effect for the area. Wenatchee families looking to cool off this summer can soon enjoy the wading pools in the local parks. The pools, there's one at Pennsylvania Park, one at Washington Park, and one at Kiwanis Methow Park. They will open on Monday. For the summer, kids can enjoy games, crafts, and activities led by city staff, or they can just go splash around in the water. All children under the age of 6 must be accompanied by an adult. The pools are open Monday through Friday from 1 to 5 in the afternoon until August 15th. And this guy needs to stick his foot into a swimming pool. Operators reviewing the weekend security footage from the Dryden transfer station saw this. Apparently, a trespasser in the tipping bay of the facility tried, without success, to put out a fire on his shoe. The footage was recorded early Sunday morning at the transfer station off Highway 2 near the Big Y. Chelan County Public Works, the agency that manages the station, says the trespasser's identity remains unknown, as does the condition of his feet. We will be following this story, obviously, closely. Check the hospitals. That's the news, a quarter after the hour. Another newscast comes your way tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. We work hard to get you the information you need to keep you informed about what's going on around here. The evening news at 5, 6, and 10. If you want to consume it on the World Wide Web, we got you. It'll be on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, our website. It'll be on our YouTube page, and a link to our news will be posted on our Facebook page. And if you have a news tip, we want to hear from you. You send us a call or send us an email. Email is a better way to do it. A lot of people get that news at NCWLIFE.com. Cal Raleigh is good. Proof of that in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour MosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
"18 minutes after the hour, sports. Cal Raleigh hit a grand slam. It was his major league best 27th home run. He also drove in 6. That tied a career high. Brian Wu gave up just 1 hit over 7 innings. The Mariners snapping Boston's 6-game winning streak emphatically. 8-0 last night. Raleigh added 2 more RBIs in the 4th inning with a double. Wu gave up just a pair of walks and a base hit, and that was it. He struck out 6 in 7 innings of work.
Marcelo Mayer, 22-year-old rookie, former 4th overall pick out of high school in California, leads things off. Well, this is shot out towards center field. Julio tracking this. Julio makes the catch. One away.
Man, that ball just took off on Julio in that gap. You know how good he is in these gaps, that's for sure, especially around that area. But you're seeing that ball just kind of have those extra legs to it.
Tellez at second. Williamson at first. Fly ball out to right field. It sends Anthony back, and it bangs halfway up the wall. Tellez rumbles home. Williamson headed to the plate. Here's the throw. Tag, and out at the plate. Cole Young in at second. The Mariners strike first in this one tonight. They lead it 1-0. And Cal Raleigh at the plate. Going after the first pitch, a high rising fly ball at the wall. Grand slam! Number 27 from Cal Raleigh is a big one. Baseball's got a new home run leader all along the top, Cal Raleigh. Saws him off. A slow ground ball, bare hand play. J.P. Crawford, all kinds of time. 11 in a row set down by Brian Wu with a little bit of help from that Gold Glover behind him.
And Brian Wu is rolling. He's retired 11 in a row. The Red Sox go quietly in the fourth. Mariners leading 5-0 over Boston.
Cal might have a chance for a knockout shot here. 1-2. Hit hard past Toro. Young scores. Crawford on his way home. Cal Raleigh digging for second. He drives in 2 more runs. And the Mariners blow this one open in the fourth inning. It's a 7-0 Mariners lead.
Up in the strike zone, able to get the hands to it.
Knockout shot it is. Cal a single, a double, and a homer in this one in his first 3 at-bats. Cal Raleigh making his way back out to second base after that 2-run double. He has made this a 7-0 Mariners lead. There goes Cal Raleigh, a huge break, and Cal Raleigh will steal third base standing up, and a record stolen base for Cal Raleigh. He just swipes his 8th base this year, and that is the most ever by a Mariners catcher in a single season.
I love this.
He has passed his manager, Dan Wilson, Bob Kearney as well. Just your classic Tellez Cal Raleigh stolen base game.
Looked on all spring training.
Everybody on their feet here for the final out. 2 down, top of the 9th. Ground ball chopping to J.P. Crawford. Little flip, and that's the ball game. The Mariners win this one in a boat race, 8-0. A 2-hit shutout of the Red Sox.
And then Brian Wu took care of business on the mound. 7 shutout with just barely breaking a sweat. Great way to bounce back in game 2 against the Boston Red Sox.
Now, best of both worlds in this one tonight for the Mariners.
After the game, Raleigh spoke with Jen Mueller of Root Sports about his 4th career Grand Slam.
Yeah, of course, we're going to talk to Cal Raleigh after that game. Let's go back to the second inning. By the time you got to the plate, Buehler had already thrown a lot of pitches. How much did that play into the aggression and going after the first pitch you saw?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good pitcher, and, you know, he mixes really well. So just looking for something hard to play to try to get to the outfield, and you got to take advantage when it's in the middle.
Did you think it had enough off the bat?
You never really know, but, you know, we got it to the outfield, so that's good.
The crowd is chanting MVP. I don't know if that's going to happen. I do know that that was home run number 27. You now lead the league. Stolen base number 8 sets a record for catchers in a single season. What do you like about the opportunity to run more this year?
Yeah, I mean, you got to create, you know, energy on the bases. You got to find a way to score runs, and, you know, me taking that bag pose, it will go into the outfield, and it's just little things like that that win games.
Were you thinking triple in the 6th?
Yeah, I'm not that fast though.
Well, at least it was on your mind and on all of our minds. Brian Wu was rock steady. I don't think he broke a sweat tonight. What do you like about his outing?
Hey, did a great job. You know, when we got that lead for him, he obviously was filling up the zone. You know, limited their base runners. You know, maybe one walk here or there, but really attacked him, mixed well, got a bunch of ground balls, and, you know, that's what he does.
And he appreciates the offense you provided. Go inside and enjoy this one with your teammates. Cal. Cal Raleigh, 6 RBI tonight. He was all over the place.
The final game of the 3-game set is this afternoon. It's a matinee, 1:10. Louis Castillo will throw for Seattle. Garrett Crochet gets the ball for the Red Sox. To the scoreboard we go. Astros won again. They romped all over the Athletics, 13-3, so they've remained 4.5 ahead of the Mariners. The Rangers are 6 games back. They got beat by the Royals. The Angels beat my Yankees again. The Angels are 6.5 games back. Come on, New York. All right, closer to home. The Wenatchee Apple Sox, 5-1. No real problems against the Dub C Fish Sticks last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Luke Sterkel earned the win. He pitched 5 innings, gave up just 3 hits, 1 walk. He struck out 4. Camden Bates, 2 for 5 with a base hit. Reese Vassar, 2 for 4 with an RBI base hit. Easton Brooks came in for relief for the Apple Sox. He threw 3 no-hit innings. That's good. The Sox and the Sticks conclude their 2-game non-league set tonight at 6:35. And to the West Coast League scoreboard we go. So they didn't play a league game. It doesn't count. Bellingham did. They beat Edmonton, so Bellingham has a half-game lead over the Wenatchee Applesauce. Kelowna over Port Angeles, and there's the rest of your scores. Portland is 15-1 after beating Yakima Valley and beating them bad. And those were just some of the games that people are playing. Obscure holidays, 6 of them. International Panic Day. Why would you celebrate that? I don't know. National Go Fishing Day, National Splurge Day, International Sushi Day. I like good sushi. Clean Your Aquarium Day. I don't have one. We're not doing any of those. No, today we're celebrating national, well, it's al fresco. Al fresco. Of course, al fresco means eating naked. Oh, I'm sorry, it means eating outside. It's International Picnic Day today, and we get to thank the French for picnic. Of course, since the dawn of man, for about the first 1,000 years, everybody ate outside. That was just the way it was. But we have the French to thank for the picnic, because after the French Revolution in 1789, the royal parks, which were limited to just the royal family, was open to anybody. And the French took advantage of it and started having what they called picnic or pique-niques. Then we made it picnic. So there you go. It's National Picnic Day. Today is not a bad day as long as you get out before the wind comes this afternoon. Today in history. It's the 18th day of June. The United States Congress has the power, of course, to declare war. It's in the Constitution. They've only done it 5 times. They don't do that anymore, of course. They just write the president a check and call it good. But for the first time, the United States declared war against another country. The War of 1812 officially underway, and of course, we took on the mother country, the United Kingdom. President James Madison signs the declaration of war, and this was the closest of all the 5 votes in Congress to declare war. In the House of Representatives, the vote was 79-49, but in the Senate, it was only 19-13, but all it has to do is pass. It did, and we're off to war. For the first time, the United States declares war on another country. For Napoleon, it was all over. June 18th, 1815, the British and the Germans got together. That doesn't happen too often, but they wanted nothing to do with Napoleon Bonaparte anymore. So the Duke of Wellington got together with Gebhard Lebrich von Blücher, and they say, let's just take care of this guy once and for all. The Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon goes down. He had to abdicate the throne of France for the 2nd time, and that was it. And now, of course, the term meeting one's Waterloo is now an idiom. It means a final defeat with no possible comeback. That was 210 years ago today. And the way people consumed music changed forever on this date, June 18th, 1948, 77 years ago today, at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Midtown Manhattan. Columbia Records introduces their new type of consumer music listening device, the long playing record album, replacing the 78. Before the LP, a 78 RPM record would only hold 3 minutes of music on a side, and it didn't sound very good. One side of an LP can hold 23 minutes of music and sounds much better. And we have Peter Goldmark to thank for that. Peter Goldmark was the man who worked at Columbia Records and invented the LP record album. He didn't get any money when you work at Columbia, like a lot of companies. If you invent something while under their employ, you don't get the patent, the company does. But as a thank you, Columbia Records gave Peter Goldmark 1 free copy of every record they came out with as long as he worked there. Thanks, Pete. And I enjoy this new type of format on a daily basis. Birthdays at 29 minutes after the hour. You may have heard of this guy. Yeah. Sir James Paul McCartney is 83 years old today, probably the world's best-known songwriter and musician. Check out this stunning statistic. This will blow you away. Paul McCartney either wrote or co-wrote 188 records that made the charts, 188 different songs that made the charts. 91 of those got into the top 10. 33 made it to number 1, totaling 1,662 weeks on the charts. A stunning accomplishment. And he's also the wealthiest musician in the world. His net worth is like $1.5 billion or something like that. Happy birthday, Sir Paul. He's 83 today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. If your air conditioner is on the fritz, you saw the forecast. It's going to be cool this weekend. Good time to just shut it off, open up the windows, and get Alpine Air out there to get it fixed before the real heat comes, because summer is still just 2 days away. We're going to take a break. Mike McNaughty has got an opinion, and then Chuck Egner and I talked about the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival at the very site. You're going to like that conversation because Chuck is a hoot. That's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese blintz, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I love my house, and we moved into a somewhat depressed neighborhood about 22 years ago. The house needed a lot of work, and some of our neighbors were also clients who I dealt with in my job as a cop with the Wenatchee PD. But over the years, we've done a lot of work on the house. The neighborhood has really improved, and we have the house paid off. Thank you, God. And like I said, we do really like our home and our neighborhood. But you know what? I realized that maybe 20 or 30 years from now, someone else is going to be living there. So in a way, we're just renting. This realization is not really sad or depressing. It's just kind of a bittersweet recognition of the progression of life. I just hope whoever lives here next enjoys the home as much as we do now. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. The 2025 Wenatchee Pride Festival will be held on Saturday, June 21st at Memorial Park. It's an all-day party and everyone is invited to celebrate equality and inclusivity. There'll be lots of vendors with items for sale and swag, food booths galore, live performances, a youth activity area, and the return of the ever-popular Queer Garden. More information is available at wenatcheepride.org.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Last week, when we visited with Chuck Egner, it was in our sterile, nice but sterile studios. The heck with that. Every year we do 2 visits with Chuck Egner for the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival. And our second visit is always on campus. We're at the Chelan County Fairgrounds in Cashmere with the lovely and talented Chuck Egner. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to be here. And just to lend a little bit of authenticity to the outdoor thing, we ordered a lawnmower to come over here and serenade us.
Last year when we were here, Karen Welch, the fairgrounds manager, was on the lawnmower. You remember that?
Things must be getting better.
They are. Speaking of getting better, it's Tuesday as we tape this. Last year at this same time, for the 20th Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival, we came here on a Tuesday morning, just like we are here today, and there weren't nearly as many campers last year at this time than there are this time. There's a lot more people who have already put down their stakes.
Yeah.
And it's only Tuesday.
I can't wait to see what it's like on Friday, but it's going to be crowded. But that's what we want. I mean, that's the whole idea. Bring a lot of people in, help the local economy, give us enough money to where we can do it the next year, where we can hire the good bands from back east. And not that there's not good bands on the west, and we do have some good bands from the west this year. 2 of our bands are West Coast bands out of 5. 3 of them back east.
And one of them is a Canadian group, and I looked at their videos a couple of days ago. The
Slow Can Ramblers.
Slow Can Ramblers. Yeah. You wouldn't know they were from Canada. These guys can pick and they can sing.
Yeah, they seem authentic.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole idea. You can't be cosmetic and get away with bluegrass. It's the very definition of authentic music. You can't fake your way through this stuff.
You cannot, and they don't. They're high energy, great musicians. I believe they got 3 lead vocalists. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them. I've seen them twice at Wintergrass. Really enjoyed them.
Traditional band. We're going to show you a video in just a second. Mandolin, guitar, banjo, and a stand-up bass. I don't believe there's a fiddle in that group, but they might switch off and on.
I don't believe they have a fiddle either.
Yeah, no. But you don't necessarily need one. And don't take my word for it. Here's a little snippet of the Canadian group, the
Slow Can Ramblers.
The Slow Can Ramblers. Here's a little snippet of what these guys can do.
difference if I cross or the plane. She said it made no difference to you turn again. She said she'd prove true to me until I proved unkind. I kissed her hands and parted with one I left behind. Well, I left old North Carolina to marry and I did go. And not to Charleston City, called Trials while we're lower. The money and the work was plentiful and girls treated me kind. But the only victim was one I left behind.
That was their debut on the Grand Ole Opry, which was not that long ago. The Grand Ole Opry does not invite bad bands.
No, and they don't invite a lot of Canadians.
No.
But I'm very happy that they got there. And they've had Canadians in the past. But yeah, great band, high energy. And a contrast to that's going to be John Reichman's band. Fabulous musicians. They're not the rah-rah, jump after it band, but they are technically gigantically proficient. John is one of the top, 2 or 3 mandolin players on the planet. And most mandolin players agree that his mandolin, his Lloyd Loar 1924 mandolin, is one of the best, if not the best, in the world. David Grisman's got one also, and those two are kind of vying for which one's the best. But John knows what he's doing with it. He's got a great lineup around him. And then the Downriver Collective coming from Nashville, great authentic Southern band is what they are. And looking forward to seeing those guys.
We have a video of them too, I believe.
Great, yeah.
Of the Downriver Collective. Good stuff too. Here's a little snippet of what you can enjoy this weekend up here in Kashmir. Let's show that. That's two of the bands that you just saw that'll be here, the Slow Can Ramblers and the Downriver Collective. You mentioned John Reichman and friends. You're an acoustic guitar player. What makes the mandolin so hard to play? Is it the fact that it's smaller, a smaller neck, the strings are closer together? You can't just, if you're a guitarist, and even a good one, you can't just put down an acoustic guitar and pick up a mandolin and go.
Not the average person.
Right.
Some of the pros can, but no, it's very difficult. A mandolin is tuned in fifths, as a violin is. Guitar is tuned in fourths, and I believe a banjo also is. So they're completely different animals, and there's not a lot that translates other than the calluses on your fingers. Other than that, it's a completely different thing.
For you fans who like music sounding really, really good, and we've never mentioned this before, of course, all the activity, all the big shows are going to be in the Expo Center. The PA people that you bring in, your audio people, they know what they're doing because they are they are miking acoustic instruments. A very difficult challenge, but the music envelops you.
Yeah, so the guy that supplies the sound equipment is called Dan Mortensen, and he's done professional sound his whole adult life, as far as I know. That's all he's done. And he's my age, and as he got older, he is now teamed with a younger guy who's got the iPad and the computer stuff that interfaces to Dan's equipment. And so Dan brings the stuff up, gets it set up, and then the other guy does the sound. And we've been really happy with that setup for the last umpteen years.
Nobody wants to go to a live concert setting and and the bands are great and the crowd is in a great mood and the sound sucks. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, and if it's squealing and barking and whatnot, it just kills the mood. So we're happy with who we got, and we just hope they keep on coming for us.
The headliner this year is Missy Raines and Allegheny. She has won, I believe, a Grammy Award and a whole slew of bluegrass awards. This is a big find for you guys.
Yeah, I got to meet her at a bass seminar 20 years ago when I was first starting on bass. She was the instructor. She gave some great advice. Among the advice she gave was, when you're going up on stage, don't ever follow a kid act. You know, you're not going to beat them. And her other great piece of advice had nothing to do with music. She said, if you're a bass player and you're in a jam and you need to get up and get a drink or do something, when you lay your bass down, put the stick at the end of the bass end. She said, I've seen more basses get destroyed by people walking into the stick of a bass and knocking the neck off. So we also learned some music.
This is a really fun, I wish I could show you the whole video. We didn't have time. Here's a little snippet. This is an actual video as opposed to a performance video from Missy, and she has a sense of humor, and if you don't believe me, check this out. I hope on either Friday night or Saturday night they do something along the lines of that video that you just saw, where she just lets somebody else grab her bass. But who's kidding who? You know this as much as anybody, Chuck Egner. The folks in the bluegrass community, like any other serious musician, they take really good care of their stuff, don't they? They don't just hand guitars around like it's a hot dog.
Well, I'm not sure what Missy's going to have here, but every time I've ever seen her, she has a 1937 K bass. And 1937 is the year of my guitar, a very special year for bluegrassers in terms of instrument production. For mandolins, 1924 is the year. For guitars, 36, 37, 38. And she's got a 1937. And the last time I helped her get to the airport, she had this mammoth case. And it was right after her hip replacement, so she couldn't deal with it. So guess who got to do that?
Why though? I mean, why is 24 a great year for mandolin? It was just, they knew what they were doing. They're just so well constructed.
So they had a guy that worked for Gibson at that era, and he was at his zenith at that point. His name was Lloyd Lower, and he was just a really gifted guy. And Gibson pretty much gave him the keys to the car. Build what you want. And in 1923, he started building these F5 mandolins, all signed in the interior by him. 1924, some of his best out. And I think he left the company in 25, had some kind of disagreement, and away he went. And so the era of the most fantastic mandolins kind of left. Now, for the next 10 years, they still made tremendous mandolins. It's just that there's that little extra that they had in those couple of years. Really nice.
We have some business to take care of. First of all, it's not just about the concerts. By the way, Friday night and Saturday night, $45 will get you all three days. That's a 3-day pass, $45. You're going to get $45 worth of entertainment. You're going to get $90 worth of entertainment. But let's talk about the workshops, and I'll let you handle that.
Yeah, so we got adult workshops. Most of them are at 11 o'clock on Saturday. They're taught by members of the bands. John Reichman's guys are doing a bunch of them, and a couple of others at 12:15. So the banjo ones are at 12:15. We've got X number of buildings here, and we have to parcel it out to Taylor's Camp and our other things. So that's how that's going. Now, the Taylor's Camp kids are going to be there from the morning time on Saturday, working out, different age groups, and trying to come up with a few songs. And they're going to do a 45-minute set in the afternoon on Saturday afternoon. I believe it's around 2 o'clock. And that'll be a kind of a cool thing. But the really cool thing is on the main stage that night in front of 1,500 people or whatever, they're going to get to do a song or two up on the big stage with the big sound system and the lights and the whole thing.
For the kids camp, again, taught by the kids who have gone through the kids camp in years past, how does the instruments work? Are they provided? And
we have quite a stash of instruments. People have donated. We've raised money, and as an example, I bought 3 fiddles last year from the Chinook Music. They were nice enough to give me a screaming deal. I said, look, I had a donation. It's this many dollars. Give me the most you can give me for this. And they worked with us and gave us a great deal on 3 well, they weren't quite brand new. They were rentals in the school system, but they looked brand new to me. Case, bow, everything. And we've got a pile of guitars. And so a bunch of the kids have their own stuff. The kids that don't, we've got a pile of stuff. We're renting a storage place over here in Kashmir, paid extra for air conditioning so that our stuff doesn't melt down or whatever.
We're giving you a lot of information. I want to give you something real quick. If you just Google Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival, it'll take you to the Kashmir Coffee House website, which is it's a sublet of that. And everything is there, and I mean everything is there. You can download PDFs for the programs. You can learn about camping, about food. We need to talk about food.
Well, I first want to say Marie Vecchio did all of that work online. She's the campground queen, and she's the one she's really the straw that stirs the drink. If it wasn't for Marie.
She's always smiling.
I don't know how she does it.
Maybe she has one of your 37 sellers in a way that we don't know about. One of your vintages. No, she's always seems to be smiling.
Yeah.
In that respect. I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. You wanted to get in, give some love for the.
Where was I going to go with that? The tape is running on the floor.
Chuck Egner, everybody. No, what the hell were we talking about? Food.
Oh, yes,
Food, yeah, because we want to eat.
Okay. So for food, we got the Bibby booth. They've been here for years. It's a husband and wife and their kids. They got a cute little bicycle with a trailer behind it, and the kids come around the campground. They sell right to you. They'll go back over and grab something for you. We've got a Taqueria El Tapatio. We got Magpie's Coffee and Italian Sodas. We've got kettle corn, Bavarian kettle corn, Gary out of Leavenworth. And we've got some dulcimers being sold, and we've got a massage group. And they've been doing that for a number of years here.
So the lawnmower equipped, but now Chuck's cell phone is ringing. We can never win. One last thing, and I want to mention this, folks. When you come in here, everybody's having a good time. There'll be a lot of people going from campsite to campsite, playing their guitars, jamming with each other, visiting. It's a very warm and inviting place. I highly recommend if you can get a camping spot. Who knows? If you can always dry camp, that's not a problem. As far as camping, it's kind of unlimited as long as you don't need a hookup. I need to mention that. And one last thing, Chuck, and this is maybe the sugar on the ice cream. You don't see any signs around here from corporate sponsors. You don't do that, and there's a reason for that. It's a bunch of people who love the music and love the camaraderie and are willing to write big fat checks, which is why it makes it a nice, clean, smooth look about it, because you don't have any garish signs hanging around.
Well, all the professional athletes and all the sports now have they're walking billboards, and that's disappointing. Back in the day, all it said was NY and a number.
Right.
And it's all changed. But anyway, we're kind of old school here. We're old people, so we're old school. We have never gone after sponsors. We have gone after donors. And actually, in most cases, we haven't even gone after them. They've come to us. So we've got great donors. The Benjamin Gilmore Estate, Hill Meat Company, Catherine Beauchamp, Chelan County Commissioners have granted us money. Mike and Joanne Walker, the Schuster Foundation. So we've got a number of sponsors, donors. I screwed that up again.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, cut it out.
A splendid time is going to be had by all. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The gospel music show on Sunday morning is only $20. $45 gets you the pass for all 3 days. You could charge more. You have chosen not to, and we appreciate that. We want everybody to come out and enjoy it and be able to afford. It's going to be a great weekend out here.
Yeah, let's fill up that far parking lot over there. That's what we want.
Let's do it. Chuck Agner, everybody. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the vino.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be right back.
Anytime.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Welcome to the summer of good. Good people, good taste, good vibes, and good, well, everything. When you're ready for some old-fashioned good, Abby's is your place. We've been celebrating summers around the P&W for over 60 years. At Abby's, good is a legendary tradition. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some summer smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. It's the summer of good, only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
66 degrees here in the big city. Another warm day coming our way, but unfortunately the recipe that adds up to a red flag warning has been accomplished, because by mid to late afternoon the winds will be picking up, so we'll have some pretty strong winds. We'll have very low relative humidity, about 20%, even less than that, and well, hot temperatures, windy, low relative humidity. You know what that is. As far as wind gusts today are concerned, take a look. This is from the National Weather Service. Take a look at the direction where you live. Now, these are wind gusts, not sustained winds. We need to stress that. But we can see the occasional rogue gust before the sun goes down at about 25 miles an hour. And then this evening, maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock, we can see gusts above 30 miles an hour. We're under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's not a dome. It is a flat ridge, and that allows the winds to pick up in intensity, and that is exactly what we're going to have today. Although we're not going to see a great deal of cloud cover. We did have some cloud cover at times yesterday. That's not going to be the case today, according to the forecast from the National Weather Service. It's going to be sunny, but it's going to be very windy this afternoon, so obviously elevated fire conditions. The red flag warning starts at 2, is supposed to expire at 8. Good news is not a lot of wind, just a light breeze on Thursday. Then everything changes on Thursday night. Big time pattern shift will be here by Friday afternoon. Sunshine today, breezy. We'll top off at about 81. For the record, we topped off at 84 yesterday. And again, breezy this morning, windy this afternoon, very windy between about 5 and about 8 today. That's your timeline. Tomorrow, sunshine, not a lot of wind really, high of about 80. And then here comes this system from the Gulf of Alaska. It's going to start rolling in overnight. It'll be here by Friday afternoon. Lots of clouds Friday with some wind, and then maybe some rain. 40% chance of rain Friday night, 50% chance of rain on Saturday, 50% chance of rain on Saturday night, 30% chance of rain on Sunday. Who's kidding who? We need the rain. I just wish they picked a work day and not the first first weekend of summer for some rain. Hopefully we'll get some. We'll find out more tomorrow. Have a good and safe Wednesday. We'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye.